Welcome to this Flash tutorial. It's titled Think of a Number. In order to follow this tutorial, you'll need to know how to use the drawing tools. Going to start by opening a new FLA. Action Script 3 and OK. Call this layer FRM as in frame, LAB as in frame labels. Click on this first frame, open the properties panel, make sure it says frame up here, start, START, frame 10, insert a keyframe. Open the properties panel, call this WT1 as in the weight 1. Click on this one, insert I'm on the 20th now. This is going to be weight 2, WT2. Go up to 30, insert a keyframe. You can see it spells that in there for us. Now this one's going to be weight WT4, not 3, 4. Go up to 40, insert a keyframe. This one's going to be WT8 and go up to 50, insert a keyframe. This one's going to be WT16 and go up to 60, insert a keyframe, and this one is going to be called capital over, OVER, capital OVER. I'm locking that layer. I'm inserting a layer. I'm going to click on it and drag it down here. I'm going to call this one card, C-A-R-D. Come up here to view. Click view, grid, show grid. Right click, edit grid. So grid, edit grid. And I want these blocks to be 50 pixels. 50. Okay. Now, however you want to do it, it's up to you. Select frame 1 and pick up the straight line tool right here. Look at the rectangle tool. I want no fill, so click there and click here. Black is good. Open the properties panel. It should say rectangle. It's got a stroke of black, no fill, and I want the stroke to be about 3. And make a rectangle roughly 4 by 4. It doesn't really matter because I'm going to highlight it. Open the properties panel. Make sure that this one here is going to be 200. And make sure this one is 200. So now I have something that is 4 by 4. Click the top line till it gets right fuzzy. Get those crosshairs, right click, copy that. Right click, paste it in place, and arrow it down. Okay, and I'm going to make a grid. So however you know how to do that, and then I'll get back to you. And this is what you should have for this card layer. And you can see mine, I clicked up here and inserted a keyframe so that I have that being displayed all the way up. Click here and drag that to there so I don't have any of these cards on this start section. Lock that layer, insert a layer, call it numbers. NUM. These are the numbers that we're going to use. So all I did was for the numbers was I picked up my text tool. I made sure that I had static text. Pick any color you want. I'm going to go with black. And I wanted 30 points. 30 points. And then I got Times New Roman and embed it. So click embed. Upper, lower, numerals, and punctuations, okay. Then I came over here and made the numbers I need, just as just an example. 2, 4, 10. And once I had all the numbers that I thought I wanted to deal with, I then clicked my selection tool and I randomly put them in here. Okay, so now I'm going to show you what I have. Okay, so on this layer, in line with this weight 1, WT1, I have these numbers. And it doesn't matter where you put them on this card, just as long as you have all these numbers. So what you want to do is stop it, write them down, or however you do it. You got to make sure you have these numbers. Then I inserted a keyframe, and I changed the numbers to these numbers. They're totally, some could be the same, some may not be the same. Then I inserted the keyframe and put another set of numbers. Again, it has to be for these W4s, W2s, those. These have to be the exact same numbers that I have on my screen, but it doesn't matter where they are on this card. They could be mixed up. Insert another keyframe, a new set of numbers, another keyframe, and a new set of numbers. And I took that right to here where I have those numbers. So in here is WT 16s, 8s, 4s, 2s, and 1s. Locked all my layers. I selected this cards layer, insert a layer, and called this Yes. Y-E-S. I selected this frame right here, inserted a keyframe, and I made a button here, an oval. I changed my fill to red. I selected my oval tool, and I looked at the properties of my oval tool. I don't want this stroke of 3 anymore. I want that back down to 1. And I got it red. Okay. And then I made an oval right here. I took my selection tool. I highlighted it. I modified it, converted to a symbol. I made sure button was selected. And I call it Yes. Y-E-S with a capital Y. W-T, wait, underscore BTN. That's what I call this button. I said OK. I double clicked on it and I went inside the button. Lock that layer, call it the button. Insert a layer, call it text. Picked up my text tool. I think the fill here is the text tool, so I have to have black for that. Checked my properties. I got my text tool, static text. 30 is too big. Let's go down to 20 each. There's 18. And write Yes, capital Y-E-S. Pick up your selection tool and drag that into there. Then go back to the main scene. Highlight this button, open the properties panel, and give it the instance name YES WT1 Shift BTN. Okay. Come for weight 2 here. Insert keyframe. That brings this button up, but I want to change the name. Select it. Open the properties panel. This is going to be weight 2. Change that to a 2. Come up here. Insert a keyframe. Highlight it. Change this to weight 3. Oh, no, excuse me, to weight 4. Got to agree with this here. Insert a keyframe. Change this to, got to highlight it every time. Change this to weight 8. And finally, select this one, insert keyframe, highlight it, and make this weight 16. And that's the Yes button. I then selected another inserted another layer, and I called this layer the No layer, and I made a No button and did the same thing using the same format we just did for all of these. So I'll do that and get back to you. I have my No done, so if I just show you real quickly on this one here, if I check my No, you're going to see that this is No weight 1. If I'm up here, this is going to be No weight 16. No weight 16. Okay. Now mine are a bit off because I'm cutting and pasting, but yours, you can have yours look the same. That doesn't matter. Now it's time for us to start writing some code. Lock all the layers, select the top layer, insert a layer, call it AS, Action Script. Select this frame right here, insert a keyframe, open the Actions panel, and type this code. Stop, open close bracket, semicolon. No WT1 underscore BTN. That's that no wait button 1. Period. Add event listener, small a, capital E, capital L. That turns blue. Open bracket. It's a mouse event, capital M, capital E. That turns blue. Period. CLICK, all capital letters, uppercase, comma, and we're calling this function no WT1 close bracket semicolon. Function turns purple. That's no wait 1. Open bracket event, small EVENT, turns blue, colon, mouse event, capital M, capital E. You can copy it and paste it. Close bracket, colon, void. Void's the same color as function. Here's an open curly bracket for this function. And as you start to type, you'll get a closed curly bracket if you don't put it in. And we're going to do two things right now. We're going to go to and stop. Small g, small t, capital A, capital S. That all turns blue. Open bracket, quotation. WT2, close quotation, close bracket, semicolon. This sends us to the next card. And at the same time, just to make sure this is working, we're going to trace, TRACE, that turns blue. Open bracket, quotation, no, close quotation, close bracket, semicolon, and there's that close curly bracket. Copy this. Put a couple enters. Paste it in. No becomes yes. YES. No becomes yes. YES. No becomes yes. YES. And we're going to, this is going to send, and we're going to trace yes this time. So regardless of which button we press, at this point in time, we're going to jump to the next frame set. So let's test that. Hopefully no errors. I'll test this one, and we should jump, and you'll see these change, and I should trace no. I traced no, and that changed. Let's try it again and make sure the yes button works. Control, test, movie, test. Same thing will happen. I'll jump, but this time I'll trace yes. And that's working. Open the Actions panel again. Right-click, select all. Right-click, copy it. So I'm copying all this. Go to here. Insert keyframe. Open the Actions panel. Right-click, paste it in. And we want to change this to a 2. We want this to a 2. This to a 2. This is going to be to number 4. This is going to be a 2. This is going to be a 2. This is going to be a 2. And a number 4 here. And just not to confuse it, we're going to go back to this one and 2 forward slashes, and we won't do that trace. Let's test it. Control, test, movie, test. Doesn't matter which one I push. I'm not going to trace anything, but I'm going to change the numbers. And I did. This time when I push one of them, I'm going to trace whatever I push and change the numbers. Numbers change, and it said no. Okay, so what you want to do now is copy this one, paste it in, copy it, paste it in, and then I'll do that and show you those results. I have mine completed. I'm just going to show you quickly for the 8 weight, for the 2 weight action script, for the weight 2, I have 2's in here and I have a 4 here. Just like down here, I have a weight 4. On the weight 4 itself, I'm going to have the buttons are 4's, and I'm going to go to weight 8. On the weight 8, naturally, I'm going to have my buttons are going to be called 8, as are my functions, but now I'm going to go to weight 16. And finally, when I'm on 16, my buttons are 16, my functions are 16, but now I'm going to go to that over set of layers, set of frames. So let's test it. I only have one of these set of buttons that I'm tracing, so if I hit yes, I jumped, yes, I jumped, I jump, I jump, and this time I'll jump to the emptied stage. Okay, I think that's enough for this tutorial. There will be a follow-up. It'll be a Flash tutorial, Think of a Number, Part 2. If you plan on doing that, make sure you save this FLA. Hope you learned something from this tutorial, and I hope you use what you learned.